I don't know how to start. Right. My eyesight is so bad right now that I've had to put on automatic focus. If it's not focused, it's the camera's fault this time, it's not mine. I spent all Halloween last year trying to film with my camera so that the picture would be clearer when I was doing the gaming videos. I couldn't see the camera. I don't know why. My eyes just have decided to give up the last year. So, last year I didn't do a end of year review thing because I ran out of time, and by January I was just completely burnt out with making videos and doing all that other stuff. This year I took my time. I did it slowly so that if I did get burnt out, it wasn't as big of a burnout. Sorry, it's hard to talk when I've got lipstick on my mouth. So we're here to talk about 2022. Weird year for my channel. Actually, my channel's been weird since 2020, but it's also been weird this year. We started a second channel this year called So Not Kusi, because I found out my main channel was being suppressed because I swore on it too much and had to, like, 10 copyright issues. I was young and stupid, that's all you need to know. So I started a new channel. It's got like 8 videos up or something. And it's actually doing quite well, apart from the best of Kusi. I think that's just because it's not like a actual thing. It's just like a montage, and it's not well established yet to have people watch it. So yeah, there's only 8 subs on there. If you care about my videos at all, I'm putting more family friendly content on there. It's still funny, it's just not got the F-bomb in it every 5 seconds. That's literally the only difference. I think I'm going to stick with more gaming content on there, like new games, and old gaming series will be on here, plus vlogs and other stuff that I usually do. This is the variety channel, that will be the gaming one. Year started out fine. So my mental state was a little bit iffy anyway, because I usually go into burnout during January, because you have October, November, December, and they're all like crushed into one, because you got Halloween, then you got November to prepare for Christmas, and then you got Christmas, and then you got New Year's, and then it's a whole thing. So that was all going fine. I was like very into art. We were setting up a couple stream at the time. My mental health wasn't its best, but it was better than what happened in the middle of this year. I'll get to that in a second. I'm trying to think if there was anything like big that happened at the beginning of the year. I literally cannot remember. I did bring my diary down because I didn't prepare for this video because stress. The only thing that I can find on here is that my sleeping pattern was really bad, and we already knew that anyway, because I've got sleeping disorders, which no one listened to me about. So we're just gonna jump into the big event of this year that happened that ruined everything. Well, actually no, we'll talk about the good thing first, and then we'll talk about the ruin everything part. I think it was April. Lee's nephew Jordan was streaming, and Lee went into the stream, and so from that point on we started hanging out with Jordan and his fiance and his friends, and we got to watch his stream as it grew, which is great. So go follow him on Twitch. And that was great because I have no one up here, honestly. I did have no one up here. All I had was Lee, obviously, and Connor, Bill, but that's it. I didn't know anyone else in this specific place we live, except for Lee's sister, and I don't really hang out with her or her children. But, so that was really good for me, actually, was to just have people here that were my friends that we could go out and hang out with. I think that really helped a lot when I went through my breakdown as well. Yeah, and then all hell broke loose, basically. I was having really bad panic attacks and meltdowns again. This story will sound familiar because it happened in 2019, and they put me on mirtazapine. I still can't pronounce it. I've been on it for the past 5 months and I can't pronounce it still. I began having terrible panic attacks at work. So crippling that I couldn't move. I would sink to the floor and stay there for 15 minutes at a time. I was late for 3 days straight. I had to go home early twice. My mum had to finish my work for me because it was so crippling. Ever since I started medication, I can go quite well for about a couple years and then I'll just have a full mental break, is what I've learned. It's only happened like twice now, so it's not like a big horrible thing, but it happened and it was horrible actually. Basic terms, I went to the doctor. I figured my medication at the time, venlafaxine, wasn't working. I needed sleep because at that point I was staying up for like 24 hours without sleeping. I couldn't get to sleep. My nan has the same condition actually, so it's real. So I talked to them and I was like, is there any other medication you can put me on that just like puts me to sleep at night, that I can take at night and has a sedative effect so that I can fall asleep a bit easier? They mentioned mirtazapine. Now I had been on mirtazapine once before in 2019 and I thought, oh, I know about autism now and ADHD, maybe I know better how to control my symptoms. I was stupid. I'm stupid. Yes, I have self-diagnosed autism and ADHD. I'm on a referral for ADHD. I don't know about autism yet. I have to wait, but there's nothing wrong with, what's it called? Treating my needs now, okay? I just call it that because that's the sort of needs that I need and it doesn't matter. When I see the doctor, they'll say yes you have it, or they'll say no you haven't. But that's what I'm regarding it as now, so that I can treat my brain so it works properly and I don't myself. I can't say that. That's horrible. I don't, by the way. I haven't had those sort of tendencies for a long time. Well, I kind of did a little bit earlier this year. Either way, they put me on mirtazapine because I thought I could handle it. Started out fine, like it did last time. I just slept a bit too much. It's fine. Higher dosage to try and counteract the complete sleepiness. And this is where things went downhill. I became so sedated. I spent at least 2 weeks on the sofa just watching anime because I literally could not get myself up to do anything. I started binge eating again because I needed comfort food, and the medication plus the binge eating made me gain a lot of weight, so I don't look how I remember I look. So now I have body dysmorphia because in my head I still look like I did in 2020 or 2021. I can't remember when the video is. I'll just show you it here. In my head that's how my body still looks, but it doesn't. It's a lot larger in certain places, like my arms, my chest, my thighs, my knees. My calves are bigger. Didn't think that one was gonna happen. Hips, I've got stretch marks everywhere, all up my arms and stuff. Weight has always been a sensitive issue for me, just because of how I grew up, and like people keep making fun of me when I was younger because I wasn't like completely overweight. I was just a little bit chubby, but they just kept calling me fat. So either way, all this stuff started to get to me a bit too much. I think I realised how bad it was when we went to Lee's nephew's daughter's birthday picnic and I tried on, I think it was a dress or something that I could wear the week before and it didn't fit anymore. I was like busting out of it. That's when it really started to hit me. So obviously it's not working. I'm depressed. I'm gaining weight. The only thing that's keeping me sane is the ability to sleep. I actually filmed a video on my phone all about this, but I didn't have the energy to edit it, so it never came out. I don't even know if it's still on my phone. I told this woman multiple times, I don't want to be on this medication anymore. It's not working, I don't feel right, I feel horrible, it's taking a really bad effect on my body. What does she do? She keeps upping the dosage. So in between upping the doses, I keep calling my doctor, my GP, all that other stuff. I'm like, I can't do this. This is like driving me insane. I'm actually going insane. I felt crazy. I felt like I should have been put in a psych ward. That's how bad it was. And yes, I did start having suicidal tendencies because my mental health just decreased that much. I was like here and it just went boom. And I kept asking this mental health nurse just take me off it? Can I please just decrease the doses and try something else? This isn't working anymore. She kept saying, no, we'll just increase it, it's fine. And I know there's a certain system to it, you have to try all the doses and all this other stuff, but when I'm telling you that it's making me want to myself, then there's something wrong. So eventually it got to the point where they're like, okay fine, we'll take you off it, we'll decrease the dosage. Not her choice, by the way. It was always the GP that actually listened to me and said, okay, we could start decreasing it then started increasing it. It was still horrible. I went to my mum's. I went to my mum's and we went to see Ed Sheeran and Adele. Oh my god. I should not have been going to concerts in my mental state, for one thing. But that was horrible down there, because I was coming off the mirtazapine and then I had a mental health appointment when I was fully off it, I think. Or I had one before I went down, I can't remember. Do you know what this woman did to me? I have been diagnosed with anxiety and depression and PTSD and agoraphobia. It's all in my notes. I've looked over it 15,000 times when I was trying to get my medication sorted. And she said, well, I don't think any medication's working for you. Let's have a trial period of 2 weeks of you not being on medications. I've been on medication since 2017. Since all of this started. And it's done wonders for me. I grew up. I started not wanting to like off myself every single day. I stopped trying. Eventually I did stop self-harming. I think it was 2020 I stopped, like fully stopped the actual one. I still do little things like I pinch myself and stuff. That's the tism. I need more therapy to deal with that. I'm on the wait list for therapy at this point. I've been on the wait list for therapy since I moved up here, because I can't go outside. But yeah, they decided to take me off my medication for 2 weeks. I spent that first week not being able to sleep because I was too afraid I was just gonna in my sleep. It is one of my biggest fears. It's a therapy thing. But I was so scared all the time. My anxiety was like through the roof. I couldn't go outside. I couldn't do anything except for stay in the house and just make sure I was okay. I had to ask Lee 50,000 times before I went to sleep, am I okay? Am I safe? Oh my god, I'm actually crying. I haven't thought about this since it happened because it was a really I have to bleep all my swears. We talk about really dark subjects and then all you hear is whack. It's a really dark time of the year. And I don't ever want to go back to that place. He can vouch for me. It was horrible. I could see it in his eyes every time he looked at me. He was so scared for me. I'm laughing because I don't know how to deal with trauma, which I have a lot of. I didn't last the 2 weeks. I lasted a week before I called up my doctor. Not scream crying, but I was crying. I was tremoring on the phone going, I can't sleep. I'm so scared all the time. I don't know what's happening. I'm so paranoid. I really need help. And they said, okay, well there was some other medications that your mental health nurse wanted to put you on. Do you want to try one? And I was like, yeah, whichever one of those that can like make me sleep. Quetiapine has been the savior of my life this year, honestly. So I get put on quetiapine and slowly but surely my anxiety starts getting more under control, so does the depression. I sleep every night now. They started me off on like 25, I think, and then eventually it's still a bit finicky, so they upped it to like 2 of the little ones, 2 of the lower doses together. I take those at night now, like an hour or so before I go to bed. Well, right now I just take it when I go to bed because it works so quickly now. I don't know what the hell happened. I think I'm just drained from the Christmas period. All throughout summer and up till now, I've just become more stable and I'm happier than ever. I'm more stable than I have ever been in my life, which is crazy to me. Like, I'm able to be productive. Of course, the symptoms of the ADHD still get to me, a lot of the time. I still have days where I cannot function, where I have no executive function. I still have horrible sensory issues. But I can deal with them now because I'm sleeping every night. I do sometimes have to nap in the day. I still do have the sleeping disorder where I can't sleep at a certain time. I can't have a routine to sleep. Still have that. But I'm sleeping at least and I'm not going crazy. But that mental health nurse did nothing. I just saw her for the last time on the 5th of January. She has done nothing for me. Lee keeps trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, and I get it, you know. She's from an older generation of like doctors and stuff. She's not like a fully trained psychiatrist or stuff like that, but at the same time she ended up doing nothing for me. The GPs were the ones who put me on the right medication and made sure I was getting the right medication. Every time I went in her to talk about a symptom I was having, all she just kept saying to me was, oh, you need better diet and exercise, you need to go outside, you're too pale, oh look, you've got some colour in your skin now, it's fine. You need to eat more. You just need to go outside, it's fine. And I'm literally sitting there telling her, but I'm too scared to go outside. I told her I'm scared to go outside because of bugs. I have arachnophobia, it's horrible. And she was like, but they're there, you can't really do anything. You just need exposure therapy and stuff. I was sat in the paddling pool during summer because of a heat wave. And a spindle, we call them spindles in this house because TikTok likes to torture me, descended on my head from the massive tree. I screamed, cried, I panicked, I ran inside. I can't do it. I don't know why these people have this idea that you can change an autistic mind. It's never gonna change. This is my mind and I just gotta learn ways to deal with it. So that was the big thing of 2022, was I had a massive breakdown. The like other parts that happened, like it was the hottest summer on record since like the 70s, I think it was, which was horrible for someone who has no temperature regulation. It also didn't help that I gained weight, so none of my clothes fitted me. I had to wear his shorts all the time and like really skimpy vest tops because that's the only thing that could fit over my chest. Nothing would fit over my ass. I didn't want to wear skirts. We actually stopped, the car broke down right before the heat wave. So we had to walk down to town to keep getting shopping and stuff like that. And in the end, I couldn't do it. We're not fit enough anyway because I've got agoraphobia, we don't go out that much. So we ended up having to pay an arm and a leg for taxis the whole time. It was really annoying. I never realised how handy it is to have a car until you don't have it. Some stuff did happen in Lee's family. I'm not going to talk about it because it's private stuff. Some stuff happened in my family. I'm not going to talk about it because it's private. We did have a part of the year which actually went into my breakdown where some friends we'd had for a couple of years, we kind of fell out. There was a massive misunderstanding. Doesn't matter now, we're all friends again, everything's sorted out. But at that point in the year, it didn't help because I had the trauma of losing people I really cared about. Doesn't matter now because everything's fine, but it just didn't help. Other than that, my mental health is more stable, but I do have a lot of health issues that have come to light this year. Did you know that when you get to your 20s, I'm 24 now, so I'm almost at, oh my god, I'm in my mid-20s. Anyway, I'm 24 now. Did you know when you reach this age, if you haven't had a baby yet, for one, your body will start preparing to have a baby? Why does no one tell us this stuff? You also get a second puberty, which I'm pretty sure that's what I've gone through. My women's health issues have gone berserk. I don't know what's going on anymore. If you don't like mentions of menstrual cycles, you can leave and grow the fuck up. Because I'm going to be talking about it. Because people need to know. When you reach near enough my age, your body's going to change again. You thought your teenage puberty was the bad part. No. This is the freaking bad part. My periods used to be fine. Used to get pain for a day. There was only very rare occasions when I would be screaming, crying in my bed and had to have like cocodamol and stuff like that just to get it to subside enough that I could move. Very rare. It would happen like once every like 4 months or something, so that's like twice a year maybe. 2021 I had a really bad one where I had to call the paramedics. Don't know why that was then, because it happened for like 3 months and then it stopped, and now it's happening again. In August my hormones just went whack, everything changed. I don't know if it's because I gained weight, I don't know if it's because I got too much estrogen in my body. I need to like see a doctor, but it's been December and I know the NHS is under a lot of stress. But my periods have started coming 4 days early sometimes, and when they come early I clot like a mother. I cannot pass a clot for at least 4 to 6 hours. My last one, which I'm still on at the minute, so like 2 days ago, it's midnight. I just started feeling the really bad pain, which usually means I just need to take 2 cocodamol and 2 naproxen just to like bring it down, because I take naproxen for my sciatica anyway. I just need the anti-inflammatory to help it pass. And I went to pee because we went to bed, and I went to pee. I was on the toilet for 2 hours, rocking back and forth, scream crying because I could not pass whatever was trying to come out with me. And it's not even like it's a massive one either. It just doesn't want to come out. I looked it up about clotting and stuff like that. Is it normal? Should I go to the doctor? You know, I look at the NHS websites as well, so it's not crazy stuff. And there's something about growths that you can get, and I'm like, why did no one teach us this in school? This would have been great information to know, that when I turned 23 or 24, my periods that I'd been struggling with for the majority of my teenage life were suddenly going to change and get 10 times worse. Like, I now have to actively prepare for my periods to make sure he's home when they're happening, so that he can help me move, because I physically can't get up. I just have to lay there screaming. And yes, I'm going to go to the doctor. I just keep forgetting to make the appointment because I'm busy. And it's never on the online thing, and I can't make phone calls because anxiety. Before anyone said anything, I did a lot of research on this. So it's like really started affecting my PMDD as well. My joint pain's worse than ever. And I'm pretty sure I've got fibromyalgia or Ehlers-Danlos, I don't know. Both of them seem to have hypermobility as a main symptom. I have hypermobility, but there's like other things that are going along with it. So I need to get that checked. Eating disorders are really bad at the minute. My ARFID's really bad. My body is in starvation mode. I think I'm hungry every 5 minutes again, which isn't great considering I don't really want to gain any more weight. I want to lose at least, I don't know, weight measurement stone, I think. I want to at least lose like 2, maybe 1. Not like a lot. I still want to be like chubby and stuff. It's just right now it causes a lot of sensory issues, especially with my chest. I hate my chest. I've hated it since I got it when I was a teenager. I think it's too big. I want surgery, but I'm too scared of surgery to have it, you know, so I just need to try and figure out a way to lose weight off it. But yeah, other than that, it was a strange year. So yeah, I had a massive breakdown. Lost my friends, then gained them back. I gained new friends, started a second channel. Learned how to do my makeup properly, because I have a square head apparently, and I have hooded eyes. So I learned how to do that this last month. Stopped writing for a while. I'm inspired to write again. We stopped streaming because we have 2 computers, so mine and his. We can't stream from one-to-one to Twitch, our computer. We can't say like we're both playing the same game. I can't stream from my computer to his computer, then he streams to Twitch. It's too much for his computer. So we got like a 3rd computer to just stream it to Twitch. It's not powerful enough. So we need to just sort out another middle computer just to stream our computers to Twitch. But I don't know if that's gonna happen after seeing what what happened to Twitch. It went down like twice, I think it was, in a matter of 2 days. Yeah, we're gonna sort that out. I'm gonna post more videos, hopefully. I'm gonna start writing again, start drawing again. I know I normally do resolutions at the end of these videos, but I don't believe in them anymore. I think coming from a neurodivergent mindset who has a lot of gifted child trauma. I was a very gifted child. I was like top in maths, top in English and stuff like that, and then as I went through primary school into high school, it just started going worse and worse and worse and worse. Yeah, I get disappointed in myself a lot. and I get really angry with myself and frustrated, and I hate myself a lot of the time, and I like chase praise a bit way too much. So I'm not doing resolutions anymore. Instead it's just like a one goal thing. I obviously have other things I want to get done in the year, like we want to redo our kitchen, we want to sort out the garden, we want to make sure clean our bedroom, you know, just little stuff, you know, that you just want to do anyway. But the main thing we want to do is try and like go outside more. So I've been scared. I used to go outside all the time by myself. That's fine. I was anxious, but I was masking so much that I just pretended it was fine. But now that I've started unmasking, Jesus, I'm more scared of the outside world than ever. Especially men. I'm very scared of men. Not generalized men, just like the bad men who like touch you up and stuff and stare at you in public. All I know is we want to go outside more because we both want to lose some weight now. I wanted to anyway, or I wanted to maintain it. But we just want to get out a bit more and save up a bit more so that we can just do more stuff. You know, I don't believe in resolutions anymore, because from what I've seen in my adult life, you do it for a week and then life gets in the way and then you get frustrated with yourself because you don't do it anymore. I'm starting to lose it, so I'm going to end it here because someone's coming downstairs. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notifications, and I'll see you in whatever next is that I post, which I did all be at the minute. I was just kind of focusing on putting this out. I hope you all had a good New Year and a Christmas and all that other stuff, and I hope you take it easy on yourself this year, because one goal you can always have is to be kinder to yourself. That sounded really cheesy and stupid, so I'm just gonna go.